Okay, we can start.
We start. Yeah. Okay, so before I actually tell you what this workshop will be about, we're going to do a little exercise, a little writing exercise, which will then connect to the actual workshop. So I think everyone has writing material. So the task now is to write a little story, very short, just a paragraph, around 5-6 sentences. It has to be a fictional story, okay, so you make it up, not something that happened to you, but you make it up, but you should be the main character in the story. Little fictional story, just a paragraph, you are the main character in the story. And after the story, in one sentence, you just write like the lesson of the story. So what is the lesson of this story? What is the message we're supposed to take with us from this story? Yeah, I will write it on the board as well, the instructions. So far, are they clear?
Yeah, should it be related to something or should it just be anything? Positive, whatever.
I would say it would be impossible to write a story that's related to an So probably it's related to something. But you relate it to whatever you want to relate it to. Tudor, you heard the instructions?
I think Alex gave me up that we need to write a story about ourselves.
Fictional story, you're the main character. Short, just one paragraph. Then you finish it with a sentence where you say the lesson of the story. This is the message that we take with us.
Can it be inspired by anything? If it's fictional?
Anything.
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 Okay.
Just make it fictional. You're the main character. So let's say I'll give you 5 minutes, and then we'll see if it's enough. Okay? needs more time? So just try to finish the sentence, and then I'll give you 1 more minute, and then you can write the lesson as well. We're good? Andreas, well?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So for now, you can just put the story aside. We'll come back to it in a few minutes. So I will give you this piece of paper. We'll go through it together. You can just pass it on. Pass it on. Okay, everyone has one. So this will be about paradigms. So, practice we work occasionally with paradigms, for instance, when we do consultations, where we try to see which is the main paradigm that a person resides in. It will be a kind of way to understand their thinking, the direction in their thinking, the direction in their actions, why they react like they do, why they think like they do, just as an indicator of how the person is thinking, how the person is seeing the world. It's also a form of a worldview. And of course, just like with the sins yesterday, you can belong to more than one paradigm, of course. But often there is one or two that are more present in you, they are stronger in you. And it's usually when we find ourselves in some dire situation, something serious happens to us, we tend to react in a certain way, which we can see fits one of these paradigms. So we'll go through the list together quite briefly, since there are quite a few of them, you have them on paper. But the first one here is the moral paradigm. So a person who is in the moral paradigm, of course, is concerned with moral issues, ethical issues. And there might be an element of guilt, shame there. You want to legitimize your worldview through principles and values. You see things in relation to whether they are good or bad, if they are right or wrong. And we have some linguistic indicators here, which when you hear these, you can imagine this person might be in the moral paradigm. So if they say, you must, or it's necessary, this is good, or this is bad, it's not allowed, it's right, wrong, it's my duty to, I have a responsibility, I want equality, and so on. These are all indicators that you're in the moral paradigm. So I'll just stop for if there are any questions about each one. So anything you're wondering about this? So we'll go on. So the next one is the pragmatic paradigm. So if you're in the pragmatic paradigm, you are very focused on results. So you calculate your gains and your losses. You want to be efficient. You might treat people as a means to an end. So it's the goal which is important. Why do you do something? Well, I do it for something. I want a result. And linguistic indicators here are how do we do it? What's the solution? What works? Results, impact, efficiency, resources, planning, strategy, advantage. What do I gain? Production. You see, a pragmatic person, when you find a problem, you immediately want a solution. You want to solve it, you want to fix it. See, someone is smiling here. You will recognize yourself. Okay, anything about the pragmatic one? No? So then we have the psychological paradigm, which is very much focused on feelings, emotions, fears and desires, and emotional regulation. You see things through an emotional filter. You avoid psychological discomfort. You're focused on victimization, the ideas of trauma and so on. So this is very present in your mind. Linguistic indicators here are: I feel, it hurts me, I need space, and words like anxiety, emotional, empathy, vulnerability, toxic. People talk about not just masculinity, but toxic masculinity. Boundaries, don't label me. So indicators that you're in this psychological paradigm. Anything about this? Question?
I think I'm a lot of this, but I do not avoid it. I embrace it,
Yeah?
if it makes sense.
No, if it is your paradigm, it makes sense to embrace it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, it doesn't mean that you avoid it, or that you should avoid it. It's fine to embrace it. So this is not to say that it's wrong. No?
No,
We're not,
also
we're not supposed to interpret it
avoidance
like,
of psychology discomfort. I kind of feed of it.
okay, you want
Yeah,
discomfort.
yes.
Okay. Yeah, but this is general.
Okay.
So of course there can be exceptions.
Mhm.
Yeah. But yes, a good point anyway. So none of these are, bad. But of course, everything can have bad consequences.
Yeah.
True. But yes, they are general ideas here. Okay, so then we have the aesthetic paradigm, where you are concerned with beauty and form. You're into art. You're sensitive to details. And you have linguistic indicators such as beautiful or ugly, looks good or I don't like it. You talk about style, harmony, taste, image, appearance. You might be very much into your own appearance, like art, color, contrast. Here you see someone is in the aesthetic paradigm. So what matters more to them is the way it looks, the image of it, how it presents itself. Is it appealing? Is it beautiful? Is it ugly? Anything here?
So like the sensation. It's more akin to the sensorial experience.
Yes, but not any sensorial experience, but it's mostly about the image, the visual image. It can be oral image as well, but
okay.
Sensorial in the sense that is it attractive, is it beautiful, or is it ugly? So ideas of
yes, so
beauty, ugly, harmony.
yeah, like the experience of that aesthetic, like when you describe it being beautiful or ugly.
Yeah,
Okay.
the experience of it, or the aesthetic experience of anything.
Okay. Thank you.
So someone hears a comment and they think, oh, this is bad. Shouldn't say that. Someone might think, oh, this is beautiful. Or no, ugly. Morally bad, I don't care, but it was ugly. Then it's more aesthetic. And then we have the scientific paradigm, where you are much into how the world works into verifiable knowledge. You don't like subjectivity. You want to know, can this be proven? What are your proofs for this your claim? Do you have anything to support your theory? So you try to explain the world, you try to explain existence through scientific paradigms, through scientific hypotheses and proofs and so on. So you have indicators like real, true, fact, objective, evidence, deduction, study, science, proven, data, it has been demonstrated, certainly. So when we want to make sure that this is not just your subjective idea, no, this has some concrete proofs that can be objectively, independently tested. Science has told us this is so. We're not going to believe it if you cannot provide any proof for it. Anything about this one? No? Clear? Then we have the existential paradigm, where you're much into meaning. What is the meaning of life? You confront your own finitude, you confront your own choices. You're concerned with how can we give some understanding to this, in the sense that it has to mean something. If I do it, well, how does it relate to myself and my place in the world? So you have indicators like meaning and purpose, empty, absurd, authentic, who am I, where am I going, what am I supposed to do with my life, alienation, all of this. Try to make sense of where are you, who am I, where am I in life, your place in existence. Yes?
I think it's possible to have one paradigm instrumental for another. For example, a moral paradigm which is instrumental to an existential paradigm.
Can you explain what it means to be instrumental to another?
So the fact that you are moral gives meaning to your life. So in that sense, the moral paradigm has an existential value. So you're in the existential paradigm, but you have a moral approach to it.
Yeah.
Or an aesthetic approach, for instance.
Yeah. So in this case, which would you say would be the main issue for you here? Is it to be moral, or is it to find meaning in your life?
I think it's to find meaning.
Find meaning.
And then how you do that by being a moral person in this case, or by being an aesthete.
Yes, of course they can go together, but here the main issue would be
The meaning.
to find what is the meaning in my life. And then you can use others to substantiate it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Good. Then we have the social paradigm. People who are often into politics, belonging position within the social order, concerned with injustice and recognitions, structure of society, relationship between groups, often they're into activism. We have indicators like society, system, class, community, tradition, power, inequality, change, public sphere, collectivity, politics, equity. So here you can see that there is a moral dimension to this social paradigm, of course. But the main focus here is society, groups, rights, hierarchies, divisions in society, equality, equity, human rights, rights of minorities, and so on. Very important. Anything about this? No? Then the metaphysical paradigm, which goes beyond the just material world we have in front of us, where you are focused on the foundation of the reality, ultimate meaning, not just the meaning of my life, but what is the meaning of everything. You know? Why does the world exist? Why does anything exist? And it doesn't have to, but it can go into spiritual, religious matters, the existence of God, the origin of everything, the universe, the existence of the soul. what happens after death. So it is a transcendence of the here and now, a transcendence of the empirical reality, where you want to go someplace else. There must be something more than this. It can be, like I said, it doesn't have to be connected to religion, spirituality. It can be reason as well. Like someone told me once, well, you're metaphysical because you're so into reason, rationality. And you go, okay, that's not like material, something you can hold in your hand. It's not here and now. It's something else. You can use rationality to transcend the here and now, the daily life. So it goes beyond. And words like God, transcendence, spirit, soul, the absolute, dimensions, life after death, so on. Anything about this? No? Then we have the mythological paradigm, which focuses on narratives and fantasy, imagination, story making. You make your own narrative, you make your own personal script. And you have indicators like, this is my story, or this always happens to me, this is who I am, this is my destiny, this is my star sign, I do this because I am a Capricorn or whatever. Maybe into this hero, victim, enemy stories like Star Wars. There's a good guys, the bad guys, and karma, all of this. So you're into narrative, fiction, you build your own mythologies. You adopt other mythologies or you build your own. Also, fantasy, imagination is very important too. Anything about this? No? Then we have a hedonistic paradigm, where you want to maximize pleasure, minimize discomfort. So you want to have it good, you want to have a good time. So you want to avoid effort, avoid tension, avoid pain. So you value pleasure, pleasurable experiences, consumption and entertainment. So you have indicators that I like it, I don't like it, or it relaxes me, it gives me good energy, this is fun, I want pleasure, I want comfort, I want to feel good, all of this. What's more important to you is just have a nice time, feeling good, comfortable life. Anything here? No? So then we have the last one, intellectual paradigm, where you're into the pursuit of knowledge. Truth is important, understanding through reason, evidence, critical reflection. It's connected to the scientific, of course, but the focus here is more the intellectual pursuit, the understanding of things, conceptual clarity, you want logical consistency. You don't like the going into the stories, no? You want something clear and coherent, concise. You evaluate arguments. Logical arguments are important, rather than feelings, rather than tradition. You don't so much trust authority or emotion. It's not your cup of tea. So you have indicators like I think, I understand, it makes sense, what's the evidence, why, how does it work, logically, objectively, facts, analyses, reasons, all of this. Signs of an intellectual person. Anything about this? No? Okay, good. So just a quick overview of some paradigms here. You can find more, of course, but here we have some. So the point now is to try to identify which is your main paradigm. And the way we're going to do it is that we're going to use the story you wrote. So now you have to go back to your story. You have to read it. You have to read the lesson you wrote about it. And you have to look for indicators. What kind of a person do you think who wrote this story? Is it a very moral person? Is it a very intellectual person? Is it a psychological person? Is it a scientific-minded person? Now you can find signs for different ones, of course, but see if you can identify the main paradigm that shines through your story. So I'll give you just a couple of minutes to do this. It's clear what you're supposed to do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. You were able to make a story. No, but it's fine. It's okay. Yeah, it's fine. Then when we have a discussion about certain story, that you can contribute if you have ideas or comments and so on.
This is a story.
Anyone who needs more time? No? Were you able to identify your paradigm? All of you? Yeah? Okay, well, we'll see. We'll check them, at least a few of them. Maybe we don't have time for everyone, but we'll see, you know? So let's see if we have a volunteer. Someone would volunteer to read us their story and then give us the paradigm, and then we can check it. We have a couple, so let's start with, see, what's your name?
Miriam.
Miriam. Okay, so Miriam, first, can you read us your story and the lesson?
Mm-hmm.
And don't tell us yet the paradigm, just read the story, okay?
I have a dragon on my back. When I hit the doorknob on my way out with my arm in a rush, it shakes its head. When I go out in a hurry to a place I will surely be late, smoke comes through its nose. Do I read the last sentence?
Yeah, read the lesson as well.
So, I don't know if it makes sense. It makes sense for me. I said, I control the dragon. The dragon only reflects back.
Okay, good. Now this was quite short, so let's read it one more time.
I didn't know I can make it longer. I was like, I have to make it really
No,
short.
it wasn't a complaint.
Okay, okay.
Why do you think I'm complaining?
No, I just said I didn't know, because if I knew I can make it longer, I was like,
Yeah.
maybe it would have been easier.
But did I tell you to make it longer?
No.
No, I just said it's quite short.
Yeah.
You take it as a criticism.
Yeah.
Why? Why do you?
I don't know. But yeah, you're right. My first instinct
First
was
instinct,
like,
oh, I did something wrong.
yeah.
I know I'm a teacher, I know it from school.
Mhm.
You ask a student a question, well, I didn't do anything.
Yeah, you're right. You saw that.
Yeah, why do you say that? So what do you think? Why do you think I criticized you? Or do you have an idea why this thought came to your mind? You were being criticized.
I think I've been criticized, especially as a child. And growing up, like you had to do things
Yeah.
perfectly. Oh, not perfectly, but to a certain standard. So I guess in school, maybe later in life, that was kind of like the way you stay safe, even at the job. If you do things to the highest standard, then everything is fine. To some
Yeah.
extent.
But as soon as someone says something to you, you think it's criticism.
I think it's also a signal. It's almost like an invitation.
Well, let's stay with the question.
Mhm.
Have you been to this before, or are you new to it?
I'm sort of new to it.
You're
yeah.
sort of new to it,
Very
yeah.
new to it.
So the way we do it here is that we try to think about how we speak. So we try to sharpen our speech. So we try to give, so this is like not a normal conversation. Like in normal life, you don't speak really like this, then you explain more. Here we try to, when we ask a question, to try to form the answer quite precise, quite sharp, and just answer to the question. It's a way of trying to get out of telling stories, going to the rational level, and just focusing on the words.
To make
That
it as,
okay?
yeah, to make it as concise as possible.
As concise as possible,
Okay.
yeah. And also, to make it really weird and really strange, if it is a yes or no question, just say yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in social life, it would be weird. If someone asks a yes or no question, you said yes. Nothing more.
Weird.
But here we say, yeah, okay, take a position, yes, then we can give the justification.
Okay.
So, do you remember my question? I forgot it myself.
It was related to criticism.
Yeah, it was related to criticism. So, yeah, okay, so when someone says something to you, do you normally take it as criticism? Yes or no?
Not always.
Not always. No, but it's tricky. Of course, not always.
I think it depends
Yeah,
on the
we should-
framework. Okay, I don't expand.
Don't
I
explain, don't explain.
Okay,
Don't justify.
okay.
So, not always, no, of course. Do you know anything that's always?
I don't think there is an always. I don't think there is
No.
a situation when I always expect.
I don't think it exists, no.
Yeah.
So this, if you take comment as criticism, yes or no, yeah, it's not absolute, so we have to go, is it rather yes or rather no? So what would you say?
In general, if I take comments as criticism,
Yeah?
I have to think about this. Because I want to give you the right answer.
No, not the
For
right.
myself, I want to learn this about myself. If I say depends, it doesn't lead to anywhere. I have
It
to
doesn't lead to anywhere.
Yeah.
Everything depends on everything.
Yeah. Then maybe a little bit like a 55% towards rather yes.
Well, yes, yeah, okay.
To stay on the safe side.
Say that, okay, at least we got
Yeah,
got
yeah.
away from the exact middle.
Yeah.
Because usually, or maybe never, it's not 50-50.
Mm.
That's also popular. Is it yes or no? Oh, it's exactly in between.
Can I give you some context? Maybe this helps. No?
No,
No context.
forget about the context.
It's
Otherwise-
not even about me, but it
no,
gives context to understanding. Okay.
No, we will go into
No.
psychotherapy,
Okay, okay,
telling your story.
okay.
Probably it's your mother, but you know.
What's wrong with my mom?
But never mind. So okay, fine. Yeah, it's not happy. Okay, so I understand why you were so quick to say, oh, I could have written it longer.
Okay.
But here, no, don't take it as a criticism. It was just a neutral comment. Actually, I think it was a good thing, because since it was so short, it's easy to read it one more time. And we had, was it Marie? Marie missed the story, so it could be good for her to hear it as well. So, one more time. Read the story and the lesson.
Okay. I have a dragon on my back. I hit the doorknob on my way out with my arm in a rush. It shakes its head. When I go out in a hurry to a place I will surely be late, smoke comes through its nose. And the lesson, I control the dragon only reflects back.
And what was the paradigm you identified here?
I said that the first paradigm, it has to be the mythological one, because
Just wait with that explanation, or just write it. The mythological. So what indicators in the story did you find to tell you that this was mythological?
I'm making a story about an emotional experience I have using fantastic elements. But when you describe the mythological, you say that we are making stories. And I think this is exactly what I'm doing. I'm making a story.
Yeah. Okay. So now for the group, you heard the story, you heard, I forgot your name.
Miriam.
Miriam, yes, thank you, Miriam. You heard Miriam's explanation. So is there anyone here who thinks that it might be maybe another paradigm rather than the mythological one? Yeah, just wait a second, I see. Yeah, okay, Simona, go ahead. What do
I
you
was
think?
thinking that it could be mythologic, but also psychology.
Why do you think psychological?
I think at the end says that she can change. Cum era finalul?
I control the dragon.
This one.
I control the dragon. Why do you think it's psychological?
I don't know, but I just think that.
Yeah, but there must have been something which made you think it, right?
Control. You control with your mind, with your thing, with, so that's why I was thinking that it could be psychological.
Okay.
It's a girl.
So okay, so with her mind, she wants to control this dragon. And can you make an hypothesis? Why do you think she wants to control the dragon? Or in general, why would someone want to control a dragon?
Because it can hurt him or can hurt others or I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so the dragon is dangerous.
Sometimes can be.
Yeah. Or what do you think in general? The dragon is dangerous?
I didn't met one yet.
Neither did I, so we have to imagine. Well, you imagine. You have a dog, imagine, it's a
Yes,
dragon.
this is my dragon, yes.
So what do you think, a
Exactly.
dragon, it's dangerous or it's kind?
Depends.
Yeah, but what do you think most of the time? Okay, I'm going to give you a clue.
Mm.
She wants to control it. Would you rather want to control something dangerous or something kind?
Ah, okay. Something dangerous.
Something dangerous.
Yes.
And if there is something dangerous that we want to control, how do we think about it?
I didn't get
Okay, this was a leading question, a little bit vague. But, okay, there is something dangerous, you want to control it. So what is your feeling about this thing?
It's a fight. Something inside.
It's a fight, yeah. And there is a danger. So here I was trying to feed you the words, you're good, but that's all I say. Here, what I hear here is sort of fear. Yeah. Something that could fit into your idea of the psychological paradigm. You want to control something with your mind. And you want to control a dragon with your mind. Do you think it makes sense there would be an element of fear in it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll go to Miriam. You heard Simona's idea.
Yeah,
What do you think? Does it make sense? Yes or no?
I think the first part,
First of all, you think does it make sense? Yes or no?
yes to the first part, no to the second part.
Okay. So which is the first part? Where first I'll just write it. Psychological. Which was the first part that makes sense?
I think it made sense when you said that would you want to control something that's harmless? Obviously, there's no need for that. Then the dragon must be something that can cause some harm, which, yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, so this fits the psychological
Uh-huh.
paradigm. Can you explain how does it fit? What's the connection?
How it fits the psychological?
Yeah.
Because it's about controlling something. It's about having power over something.
Yeah.
Even if it's only somehow implied.
Okay, good. Second part.
I don't agree with the fear part because the next sentence actually explains why the dragon it's not that dangerous and why it's easy to control because I say the dragon only reflects back.
So what does it reflect back?
It's just energy. It's like discomfort. Like when you hit something and you get a bruise and you're like, oh, I can't believe I hit that again. I'm so clumsy. Or where you get late to a place and it's like, oh, I can't believe I'm getting late. It's just discomfort that can build up when it's just energy. It doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't have to make you feel bad about a certain situation.
So how does it make you feel?
It makes me feel that it's just energy that I can deal with. Like, it can be possibly dangerous in the sense that it can cause a lot of discomfort that, you know, can build up into suffering, but it's just there. It's just discomfort that it can happen. And even if you have it on your back, it's energy. That's it.
Yeah, but the way you explain it, do you think it's more negative or more positive?
I think the framework is definitely negative.
Yeah, and which are the words you used that gives us the clue that this is negative?
I think the control part.
Control, and also one other word that came back several times. Did you notice?
No, I don't know.
Discomfort.
Yeah.
discomfort.
Yeah.
It reflects back my discomfort.
Mhm.
You didn't say it reflects back my happy feelings,
No,
my joy, or my it's the discomfort.
I think it's something negative that's in the process of trying to be built into something manageable,
Yeah.
or at least neutral.
Okay, so there is something negative here,
Mhm.
and you try to neutralize it
Yes.
through mind control.
Maybe.
Through mind, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And when you're into this system of having some negativity reflected back to you, causes discomfort, you want to try to neutralize it with your mind, with your thoughts. Could it make sense to say that we're in a psychological?
Yes, definitely.
It could fit.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
So even the second part could fit,
Yes.
psychological.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
So she has a point, Simone.
She does.
Tell her you have a point.
You have a point.
Right. Okay, good. So we've heard the psychological justification, explanation. Do we have another one? Another hypothetical paradigm here? Anka, you have one.
The moral paradigm.
The moral paradigm. And why? Why do you think so?
The work of the dragon, the described dragon, is to shake his head, to disapprove, to suggest it's wrong you hit this, it's wrong that you are late, it's wrong that, and it causes discomfort with this good, bad, right, wrong reminder of what she should have done. Be
Yeah.
more careful, be more.
So remind us, in the story, what did the dragon, it shook its head? Did it say it's wrong, or it's just shook its head?
Usually, it didn't say it's wrong, but usually shaking your head is disapproving.
Yeah, okay. And if you make a little interpretation of the dragon in the story, who is the dragon? Or what is the dragon?
Her consciousness that
Consciousness.
is critical,
Yeah. Critical consciousness telling her, no,
bad,
this
should have
bad.
done better,
Yeah.
and it caused discomfort, so the story neutralizes it with it's under my control.
Yeah. So she want to get out of the moral paradigm
Yeah,
by neutralizing this dragon behavior.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Miriam, what do you think?
So this is very interesting because I agree with what you said. I agree with her conclusion,
Mhm.
but not to the journey to the conclusion.
Okay. So tell us, what is the conclusion that you agree with?
I agree with the moral factor.
There is a moral factor.
Yes.
Okay. So what, shortly, which is the journey that you do not agree with?
The dragon is just making gestures to reflect something. He's not judging. So he's just, when something happens, the energy shifts and he's like doing something.
So remind us, what in your story, what does it say that the dragon is doing?
So when I hit the doorknob, he shakes his head, but it's not necessarily disapproval. And when I'm a bit late, he has like smoke coming through the nose.
Not necessarily disapproval, but coming out of your nose kind of happiness.
I don't see it as disapproval, but there is a part where the moral, at least how I see
Yeah.
it.
Okay,
where
so
I agree with what you said.
yeah.
But it's nothing this.
Well, you know, in Socrates' Apology, I don't know if you've read it,
No, I haven't.
where Socrates is in front of the jury, the court, is going to decide if he's going to be condemned or not. He gives his apology, he justifies himself and gives a story of his life and his work and so on. At one point he says that I went to the marketplace and I talked to the poets about their writing, about their poems, and I realized if there is anyone who has no clue about what the poems mean, it's the poets.
Okay.
So not necessarily the author that can interpret the story better than the reader. So let's see. You know, Anka, she said that when someone shakes their head, generally it's a sign of disapproval. Would you agree with this?
Yes, I agree with that.
Generally it is, yeah.
Generally, yes.
Yeah. And if you have a dragon, smoke coming out of its nostrils, would you think this is a happy dragon or this is an angry dragon?
I think he has energy being built up that he reflects back.
Mm.
Hence
Answer
the
that question.
smoke.
Don't try to. You see, there's a nice escape here.
So, can you please repeat the question so I'm sure of my answer?
Yeah. Well, don't be sure of your answer.
Okay, so I,
If you want to be sure of your answer, you're going to think so much that you
Okay,
say the
okay.
right things. Just say what comes seems more authentic to you. So you imagine a dragon, smoke coming out of its nostrils. Would you think? I think a 5-year-old could answer this, so you can as well. Would you think happy dragon or angry dragon? Smoke. Happy dragon.
this is a trap. It's an angry dragon.
No, it's not a trap. It's an angry dragon.
It's an angry dragon.
So we have an angry dragon smoking out of his nostrils, shaking his hand. So, does it look towards disagreement of your actions? Or no?
I still feel like he's reflecting back,
Yes. I don't
but not
disagree.
disagreement.
I don't disagree with you. It is reflecting back, but is it reflecting back? I can speak. Is it reflecting back some disappointment? Smoke shaking its head, or is it rather reflecting back some encouragement? Good job. Forget about you. Forget about Miriam. Just look at the story. You read the story. Dragon, smoke, shaking his head. Would you think you're rather disappointed or rather happy?
I think it's rather angry that these things happen.
Yeah.
Not disappointed.
Angry that again you made these mistakes.
Yes,
Again.
yes. So yeah, it could be disapproval. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
So there could be some moral judgment here.
A little bit.
Good enough, a little bit. The angry, the dragon says no. Again. It could fit. The moral
Could,
paradigm
could.
could fit. Yeah. Okay. So, what do you want to do? First of all, before you say it, what do you want to do?
What I want to do is make an observation about Miriam's story.
An observation about her story.
Yes,
Okay.
I noticed something.
Okay, go ahead.
I think when Matthias said your story was too short, the dragon was there.
Again, you write a short
Smoking.
story. Yeah. Yeah, tell a short story, dragon.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. So, any other? We don't have to throw paradigms just for the sake of it, but if anyone thinks no, I think it's clearly another paradigm. Anyone? No? Just let's take a little vote. It's not that the majority is right. That's not the idea, but just for fun. Let's see. It's possible to vote for more than one, but who thinks yes, this is a mythological paradigm?
Can we vote twice? Or?
Yeah, you can vote twice. But I think not just it's a slight possibility, but you think yeah, quite clearly we see a mythological paradigm here. Yeah. And who thinks yeah, we see a psychological paradigm here? And you didn't vote, Simona? You did.
Yes.
Okay. And who thinks yes? We see a moral paradigm here. Yeah. So I would tend to agree that it is a mythological story, yes. But it seems to be that the essence of the story is more psychological, more moral. So, since it's quite even, out of these two, not mythological, psychological, moral, which one do you pick?
I think it's primarily psychological.
Psychological. Okay. Now, what we're going to do now is to see what problems might it cause someone to be in a psychological paradigm. So first we can all think, and we can all think now, we're not thinking about Miriam, we're thinking in general. Imagine someone, can be you, can someone else, be someone else, who is very much into this psychological paradigm. What problems could it cause in your life? Relation to others, your existence, relation to yourself, etc., etc. What problems could it cause? When you have an idea, you can just raise your hand and I'll wait and see if we have a few hands. So remind me, what's your name?
Arohi.
Aru.
Arohi.
Okay, so what problems can you see?
I was thinking along the lines of victimization. When someone victimizes themselves constantly, they tend to look outwards more and sort of blame others than take responsibility for things they do or things they face. More so, sort
Okay,
of
so the
pushing
first
the
one we have
responsibility out.
victimization.
Yeah.
Victimize themselves,
Mhm.
put the blame on others.
Mhm.
Because of them, they're doing this to me, or the world,
Mhm.
whatever. So they put yourself in the
Mhm.
victimized position.
Yeah.
And you had something else? Something more?
Yeah, I was saying that it's sort of pushing the responsibility outwards rather than taking responsibility for own behaviors as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's connected to the victimization position. Okay, good, thanks. Tudor, you had something?
I was thinking of frustration for not understanding oneself.
Frustration about not understanding yourself.
Yes.
Do you think it would be a cause of being in the psychological paradigm that you don't understand yourself, or you could just as well understand yourself?
I don't understand the question.
So you're saying frustration from
Yes.
not understanding yourself.
Yeah.
But do you mean that when you are in the psychological paradigm,
Mm-hmm.
generally you don't understand yourself?
I think so, yes.
Yeah. Why?
Actually, now that you say it, it's more like I give an answer that I backed it up with psychology.
Yeah.
So my answer was like more frustration than psychology.
Yeah.
The psychological, yes, it doesn't make sense.
So you could be in the psychological paradigm and understand yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible.
I like have an obsession with understanding yourself.
I guess some people do.
Okay.
But the frustration, I think,
Mhm.
is a nice term. Do you think when you're in the psychological paradigm, frustration could be a consequence of it?
I think it could be because if you do not understand yourself, for example, maybe you have a distorted image of yourself and you think that other people see you like that, and there's a frustration because they do not give you the exact way you want to be treated when you do
Yeah.
not give them the actual way you want to be treated.
And understanding or no understanding, when you're very much into your emotions,
Mm-hmm.
you think frustration is a common feeling that you have?
For myself,
Well, for people in general.
I would say yes, I see it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but usually the frustration comes from different things, it's not
Yeah.
one source.
Yeah, of course. Okay, but frustration could be one.
Yeah.
problem, yeah. Okay. Good. I think Anke, you raised your hand as well.
Self-centeredness could be a side effect of being in this paradigm, always thinking about oneself and speaking about oneself and neglecting other perspectives or other people or the environment.
Mm-hmm. It's a form of egotism.
Yes.
You're into yourself, in your own head, disregarding others.
Because of that, the story never changes for the person. They get stuck in one story forever.
Dragon just keep on reflecting.
Yes.
Yeah. So, you have another one?
Yes. I was thinking it could be a problem to be fixed in the psychological paradigm.
Yeah. I'll just before you continue, so don't forget. First, we had victimization. We had frustration and self-centeredness, and you have also, sorry.
When it's used in a context in which it is not relevant. For example, in a pragmatical context, where the pragmatic paradigm might help more.
Yeah. Well, what would be the problem then of using it? Let's say that the pragmatic paradigm would help more.
Mm-hmm.
Instead you use the psychological paradigm, so what would be the consequences?
The consequences would be that you would waste energy.
Yeah. But is that typical for the psychological paradigm, or that could go for any of these? That you use one when it would be more appropriate to use another? So could your idea fit any paradigm here?
I think it could fit to
Yeah.
the others too.
It's rather undifferentiated, it's not specific for the psychological.
Yeah.
So we drop it.
Yes.
Yes.
That's right.
Like Socrates, when he helped someone give birth to the idea, and he checked it and said, no, it's a stillborn baby, no life in it, we drop it.
Yes.
The mothers go crazy, bites. Sometimes, he said, sometimes people bite me when I take away their ideas.
Mm.
Are you not going to bite?
No.
I have another one.
Yes. I think staying in this paradigm can cause hard time to think.
Because
you are a lot into emotions, and we can see emotions as obstacles for thinking, like fear, for example.
So emotions doesn't help thinking.
Yeah, especially when they're a lot and intense. So yes.
Yeah. So problem. Okay, so I think we have enough. Now, Miriam, do you recognize any of these? Does it fit you?
I think a problem I detected that I think better fits, and this is the story.
But first, let's see, do you think any of these fit you?
I don't think the first one, victimization, I don't think it fits me. Frustration, yeah.
Yeah.
Self-centeredness, I can see how thinking too much about your own problems without knowing, you maybe not be paying attention to your others,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know.
And you tend to do that? think too much about your own problems?
I think about my problems. I don't know if I think too much.
How much do you think about your problems?
I don't think I neglect others. This one is the other way around, like 55% others.
Okay, 45% of all your time you think about your problems.
Yes.
Okay, that's not so much. So what about self? No, that was
Problems.
Problems for thinking.
I think it is definitely cloud thinking. I think you get into yourself, thinking becomes, I mean, you can think a lot, but in a very ineffective way.
Yeah, you recognize this in yourself.
Sometimes, yes.
Yeah.
It happened to me to think a lot about things, but
Yeah.
in a very ineffective manner.
Okay. So did you have another one that could be a problem for when you're in a psychological paradigm that fits you?
Yes, I think it's perfectionism. Because if you're constantly in a way monitoring yourself in this paradigm, you kind of want to do all things perfectly. Because that's why you're monitoring everything.
Okay. So perfectionism. Yeah. So last part here. Now we are going to see. We can suggest to Miriam, how can you change your paradigm? So when you're in a situation, you're in the psychological paradigm, you react, you relate to it like you normally do. Can you give us, just to help us, can you give us some common situation where I'm in this situation, I usually do this? And it sort of fits this scheme.
I do think that I'm using, in a way, the psychological framework to problem solve. In the sense that if something happens to me, then I stop and I look inside.
But that's, instead now you're trying to turn it into something positive.
Okay.
So let's pick, okay, you pick one of these 5 from the board that you think fits you.
Mm-hmm.
Which one?
I think the last one.
Perfectionism.
Yes.
Okay, so give us just one situation where your perfectionism gets in the way of whatever it is you want to do.
I don't start things.
You don't start things.
Or if it takes a long time for me to actually do things, because there's so much to be done before you start, so you can be done.
Yeah. And it's never going to be perfect.
Yes.
Yes, it's never going to be perfect. So it's, in a way, it's better not to do it, because at least since it's never going to be perfect anyway, why do it?
Yeah, and you prevent the pain of seeing yourself doing something like
Yeah. Okay, so you're about to do something, but because of your perfectionism, you don't do it.
I delay it.
You delay it,
I
you don't
delay it.
start or you delay it. Yeah. So the group can help now. In such a situation, how can Miriam think in a different way by using another paradigm? So anyone who has a suggestion, instead of the psychological paradigm, what if you switch to this one? And then you can approach the task like this. Marie, which paradigm do you suggest?
For her, maybe the pragmatic
Okay,
paradigm.
pragmatic.
Yes, because
So, how should she think here?
she says that she's afraid of failure.
Mhm.
But before starting something, you can always assess what the project result might be by calculating the resources you have, by creating a plan, a strategy, what will be the gain and the losses.
Mm-hmm.
And if you will be kind of happy with the losses, because sometimes we might agree that we cannot be 100% have 100% success rate on something, you might start on time or even earlier.
Okay, so should she start with deciding what the outcome should be?
Yes.
Instead of having some idea of perfect work, she should make a realistic.
Yes, plan
this
with
is what I.
steps and projected outcome.
Okay, so in this time frame, I could accomplish this. Yeah, and as long as I accomplish this, it's fine.
Yeah.
Perfect or not, who cares? Could it work?
I think what will make it work is you mentioned also having on the list potential gains but also potential losses.
Yeah.
Like something may not, and having that in mind from the get-go.
Yeah. So these losses are fine. I can live with them. If I lose this, okay, it's not a disaster. Potential gains and losses. Okay, so the pragmatic paradigm could work. Okay. Let's see if we have another one. You have to remember, my memory for names is so bad.
Silvio. Silvio.
Silvio. Okay. Go ahead.
I can propose hedonistic paradigm.
Hedonistic paradigm. Yes. So how does it work?
Because if you are too perfectionist for something, maybe in the first place you shouldn't do it. You should avoid it and just enjoy your time.
Makes it worse.
Not do it, but feel good about it.
Explain. How does it make it worse?
Because then I will have guilt that I'm not doing it.
Yeah, because you're also in the moral paradigm.
Yeah, it goes against the hedonistic one. You're like, it's like the opposite.
Yeah, sometimes some paradigms might be too far away from your normal one. So if you're a perfectionist, it would be very difficult to turn suddenly to the hedonistic one.
But I do think that this sort of paradigm, the hedonistic one, in a way, I think it's like an easier way through life.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like if it's not feeling good, I'm not doing it. That kind of sounds a little bit easier. I don't relate to it, but I envy it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so something to think about, but it's quite far away from.
It's a bit far away.
Yeah. So let's just check one last. Yes, Galata.
I have a proposal for the aesthetic paradigm.
Okay.
I suggest to you to expose yourself to different ways of perfectionism, and I think art has different ways of showing what perfection might look like, even imperfect. So by showing imperfect art, she would be exposed to an ideal which is less than perfect. And I think that could trigger a different idea of the perfect.
And an imperfect piece of art, can it be beautiful?
Yes.
Yes.
And she might like that, and she might think, so even an imperfect outcome could be beautiful,
So even
satisfying.
failure could be beautiful.
Yeah.
Do you have any ideas on how to do that? And how to expose yourself to that sort of situation?
For instance, if you go to these types of performances, which are work in progress, so it's not the finished work that the artist is showing you, but the in between. And many people really enjoy to see the in betweenness. It's not like these sketches. These are not yet things to be put in the museum, but there is a beauty in them. And if you learn to appreciate this, I think you might also learn to appreciate the imperfect nature of your outcomes.
The project is a piece of art. And even if it's not perfect, it can be a beautiful piece of art.
I think this makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Schubert, he didn't finish one of his symphonies. It's an unfinished symphony. He died before he finished it, but it's one of the most popular. Even an unfinished project can be a good project.
Or you should die before.
One way. Okay. You like the tips? Yeah? Okay. Good. So, let's do another story. We have time for another one. We have one volunteer here, Tudor. Okay, so read your story.
I was on the beach. I do not remember how I got into the water. The weather was good, but other people did not venture far. Only me. When I dived down, I saw him, the sinking man. I grabbed him to pull him to the surface, but he didn't care. He sank a second time while I watched him through the blue-green ripples, the face of a dead man. This is the story.
Another lesson?
Is more of a question. Is him a part of me I should have saved or just let it die?
Anyone wants to hear the story again? Or you remember it?
Maybe one more time.
Okay. One more time.
I was on the beach. I do not remember how I got into the water. The weather was good, but other people did not venture far. Only me. When I dived down, I saw him, the sinking man. I grabbed him to pull him to the surface, but he didn't care. He sank a second time while I watched him through the blue-green ripples, the face of a dead man.
And the moral
Ah.
of the story.
Is him a part of me I should have saved or just let it die?
So which paradigm do you put yourself in?
Oh, I got several.
Take, don't be greedy. Take,
I'm
take
gonna be
one.
a sinner. I do not know, maybe... No, I'm stuck between two.
So take the second one.
The one in the middle.
The one in the middle between two.
The psychological paradigm.
Psychological. Yeah. So which clues did you find in your story to put it in the psychological one?
Well, it's kind of direct when I ask at the end, is him a part of me? So this is not necessarily in the story, it's more like the answer I give in the story.
Explain how is it psychological?
Because I actually dreamt this story. I saw it in a dream.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. Okay, and then it's psychological because just to make the connection, you say it might be me, therefore it's psychological. So what's the connection here? What's the link?
Well, I think that water, sometimes when it appears in dream, is related symbolically to the unconscious. So you can see that the sinking man is actually a part of yourself, because it once wasn't like a sinking woman, it was a man. So it could be a reflection of myself.
Okay. Any other clues? That it could be psychological?
No.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see first if someone found any more psychological clues in the story.
Maybe he has some vulnerabilities that he doesn't acknowledge and he's afraid to acknowledge.
Vulnerability and fear,
Fear,
you said,
yes.
afraid to acknowledge. Yeah, could make sense.
It could.
Yeah.
Like to be a placeholder for it, even if it's not stated clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other? Yes, Simona?
Can you read again the start of the story? No. You said...
I was on the beach.
Yes. And?
I do not remember how I got into the water.
Okay. And?
The weather was good, but the other people did not venture far. only me.
Ah, okay. The need to go forward, to go far, to investigate, to see, to find, I don't know.
Why do you think
That
that?
might be a clue.
Yeah. Why do you think it's psychological, the need to go far to investigate?
It's it's a need psychological to find about yourself, maybe.
Yeah. Do you think this going further in the story is about finding out about yourself?
Mhm. Yes.
Okay, that's your interpretation.
Yes, it's mine.
Yeah. Okay, it could work. I would say that just the fact that you go further is not necessarily psychological. It could be, but could also be investigation. Could also be some curiosity, scientific curiosity. I want to see what's beyond the horizon. It might be something else. Could be, yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong, but it could be. I would say not a very strong case, but yes. We can take it from now. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Someone else raised their hand? Yes.
In addition to what she said, this kind of brought me to the idea that going further is that I need space and space.
And that's psychological.
Yeah. Because he doesn't want to relate to anyone. It's just him with his emotions and staying with himself further away from
No, he's isolating himself from other people. Yeah. Okay, so we have some evidence here for the psychological. Did anyone spot another strong paradigm apart from this? Yes, Andrea.
I think it's mythological.
Mythological, why?
Yes, because first it's a dream. He's talking about a dream.
Mm-hmm.
And there it's with himself. He thinks it's himself. He's the hero, he's the victim. Should I save myself or not?
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a lesson for him, this dream of his.
Yeah.
It's a sign.
Yeah. Here I would suggest, when we think about paradigms, not to think about the form. So he, like Miriam wrote it like a fairy tale. So I think that's why you thought this is mythological. And here, yeah, we have a story, fantastical story. It's mythological, but think more about the main character in the story. Is he? Fine. Okay. So do we have the hero in the story? Is he like a mythological character?
Yes, exactly.
Do we have these mythological elements for him? Like we see the hero here. Does he show us some fantasy, some imagination? Is there a narrative? He's
I
writing
was
about
thinking that the
himself.
fantasy and the imagination comes from the fact that he tries to understand his dream. It's not.
Yeah, but the hero in the story, does he try to understand his dream, or is it Tudor sitting here now who tries to understand it?
He tries to understand it.
Tudor.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's what we're all doing. So we have a story, we made up a story, we try to understand it.
Yeah,
So
I
that's what I
understand.
mean, to go beyond the form of the story here and what we're doing now and look inside the story.
Okay.
So do we have a hero in the story which shows this mythological aspects?
Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Mm.
So based on this story, a guy is swimming out far in the water and seeing someone drowning. Here I don't see so much mythological aspects in that in itself.
Okay,
You agree?
yes.
Yeah.
Now I move to metaphysical.
Take another one, metaphysical. Okay, so what's your evidence for the metaphysical?
No,
Because that was the one above, so move to the closest. Yeah, you're a sloth, so I get it. You don't want to move forward.
Yes.
So why the metaphysical? Do we have some transcendence here, going beyond the
Maybe.
empirical material reality, go to somewhere else?
Yes, I don't know if I see it well, but by that question from the end, do I save it or not? Maybe there is something to transcend. Like, if I save it, what happens? If I don't save it, what happens?
Yeah. Do I save it or not? Would you say that this has to do with some ultimate meaning of reality, the foundation of reality? Does it go into spirituality? Does it go into what is beyond what we can see here and now?
Yes.
It does. In what way?
I think it's not just about the life of that man, like physical, like his corpse. I think it's more behind that question. I save it or not?
Yeah.
Do you have any
And
idea why
What?
did you ask
It
that?
wasn't in the fog.
Don't ask him.
Okay, okay.
It's the author, he has some. So, do I save him or not? What is at stake here? Why does it matter if I save him or not?
This I don't know.
Now, what do you think? You brought this idea up. Drowning man, do I save him or not? What would be the reason to save him or not? What would be the core issue here?
The way I was thinking, it was about transcendence, and if I save it, it will transcend that maybe part of him. If I let it die, it won't. No.
Yeah. Okay, let's see if someone else has some insight into this idea. You have something maybe on this.
I think at the end, when he's asking himself, why is he doing? I think that falls into the existential paradigm. Because
So
if
it poses that.
it falls under the existential paradigm when he's asking at the end, why is he doing what he's doing?
Mm-hmm.
He's basically looking for meaning, purpose, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so do you think it can make sense, what Miriam said? Did you understand her idea?
Yes, yes. I think it has. It makes also sense.
So it's connected to the meaning. But what's the point of this? And if it is himself, his own existence, shall I save it, shall I not save it? So what's the point of me, what's the point of my life? I think we can see such connections.
Since it was a dream, maybe he was facing something in real life that was transcending in his dream, like I made this choice, I don't make it.
Yeah.
It depends what he will choose. Like,
And do you think it mainly has to do with what is the meaning of my life or something else?
no, I don't think it's about the meaning of the life.
No.
I I think it can be something more specific, like just a little piece of himself,
Yeah.
to let it go, to change it, or to continue with it. Or
Yeah. I don't see the transcendence so much here. I don't know if does anyone else see it can explain it.
Okay.
So no, I'm not so sure about this transcendent.
Now, me neither.
So you're not going to bite either. That's true. Yeah, I was thinking a bit about the existential issues here. Yeah, if it is me, if it is myself, do I save him? Shall I live? Shall I die? What do I do with myself? What's the meaning of that? I was thinking a little bit along those lines. But let's see if someone has some other suggestion. Yeah, Andrea. Cool.
Another part.
Another paradigm.
Yeah. I was thinking about the moral paradigm.
Because
The main character of the story face a kind of dilemma about what to do. Yeah, especially okay, we can get from the lessons of the story. Yeah, should I say? Should I let it die? So it seems a moral dilemma.
Is should I?
Should I
Quite
do
heavy.
something or something else? Yes.
Yeah.
And should implies morality.
Yeah. Yeah, so do I have a duty to do it or not?
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, you had another one? What was the
Yes,
same?
while listening to it, the aesthetic paradigm came to mind.
Because
Because I heard a lot of image-like descriptions, colors, something with green. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so there were colors in it.
Yes.
But do you think the story on itself, do you think it was to a large extent focusing on the imagery of it, the aesthetic qualities of it? Something you can tell a story and say that the house was green and that's it. But here, do you think it was an important part of the story, this imagery, the aesthetic impression we get?
Yes.
I think it was.
Because if it wasn't, then it wouldn't have been presented.
No. And do you think in this story we could see the drowning man as is it presented as a beautiful image or ugly image?
More ugly. Yeah.
No?
But presented in a visual way.
In a visual, artistic way. Yeah. So Tudor, out of these, unless you have a better one, which one would you pick?
The moral.
The moral.
Yeah.
No. That was on your list too?
Yeah.
Yeah. So why do you think it's mainly a moral paradigm here?
Because of what Andrea pointed out, because the whole moral of the story is, so you found the man, you rescue him, but then he doesn't want to resurface, he just sinks back.
Yeah.
So what do? Should you try to save him or not? Like how many times should I save him or just let him go? Because maybe he doesn't want to be saved, but he doesn't save.
So does the story fit your life? Are you rather in a moral paradigm?
Yes, I would say so.
Yeah. No? And if we do the same with you, what problems could it cause? And let's do it with the group first before we let you answer it. So we thought about psychological before. Now, what problem could it cause someone to be, to a large extent, in the moral paradigm? In general, what problems could you encounter in life when you're much in the moral paradigm? Marie?
I think in his trial to do the right thing in his life, he might do whatever is right from the society point of view, but not from himself. For himself, yes.
So he would neglect himself
Yes.
and instead do what would be the right thing to do.
Yes,
Okay, so you risk losing yourself here.
yes.
When you live by moral standards and duty. So.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, good. You had something different?
Yeah, slightly the same. I wanted to say that you can.
Well, that's a funny comment. Did you hear it? What he said?
No, what did
No?
you say?
No, you don't pay attention.
I said that's slightly similar.
Yeah, but did you remember my question?
If I have something different to say.
Yeah, and you said
No, something slightly similar.
no. You said yes, something slightly similar.
Well, it's
Do you have
same, but
something? Do you have something different? Yes, slightly similar.
different.
Different. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So go ahead with the
Okay.
slightly different thing.
Yeah. You can be paralyzed by duty. That could be
Yeah.
your focal point, and you don't see anything else. Like that's the driving force in your life, and you can be paralyzed by it. To that lens, to see everything through the lens of
Yeah.
duty.
Why would it paralyze you to see everything through the lens of duty?
Because I feel like duty demands a lot from you. It doesn't
Mhm.
give back. It's just you giving something, and it doesn't necessarily give back.
Yeah. But I still don't see so much the paralyzing effect here. Okay, you giving something, you know, it doesn't give back, you give, but where is the paralysis?
You're not available for many other things.
Okay.
If you invest most of your resources into duty, you're not available for other things.
Mhm. So is it a narrowing more than
Yes, it's a narrowing.
paralysis? Okay,
Yeah,
you're
it's a
narrowing your life to
Yes,
follow duty.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. So not only do you forget yourself, but you forget other things as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds like a fun life. Not really. Yeah.
I think another consequence in the life could be a lack of pleasure,
Because
you focus more on the duty, what you should do, so you forget to enjoy what you're doing.
yeah. So not only neglecting other things, but also
Not letting yourself have pleasure,
not letting yourself
having pleasure.
having pleasure. Yeah. So we have neglecting yourself, narrowing your life duty, not much pleasure. Anything else?
I was thinking too, it is necessary, but yeah, in a similar way as Andrea said, I'm doing things because they are necessary, not because they are giving me pleasure or fulfillment.
Mm.
So basically, again, you always do things for others, not for yourselves, because they are necessary, not because you're truly thinking that that is necessary for yourself as well. Just necessary from the general point of view,
Yeah.
from the society point of view.
Did you add something that we didn't say
Uh,
already? Or what you said was already included?
No, I think they are included, but I didn't paralyze it, paralyze it when he said his argument.
Yeah.
Probably is kind of the same with what he said.
Yeah. Okay, so nothing new.
No.
No. Okay. The tutor, does this fit you? You're neglecting yourself, narrowing your life to duty, and not having so much pleasure.
The first two.
First two,
Yeah.
but not the last one.
No, I was thinking not much pleasure, that it's similar with neglecting yourself, but I think you can still have pleasure and neglect yourself.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Yes, so the third
Now
one
you're
is not.
thinking intellectually you could, but do you?
The third one.
When
was-
you neglect yourself, do you have pleasure? You yourself?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Can you give an example? Some people it might seem a bit strange. It gives me pleasure to neglect myself. It's possible. So
No,
have no idea.
I think that's different, getting pleasure from neglecting and still having pleasure while neglecting yourself. So what
Okay, so
exactly
you
are asking?
you can neglect yourself and not. So explain how does
Uh,
it work?
let's say I have stuff to do, I don't feel like it, I open a beer, okay, I neglected the stuff I had to do, but I still drank a beer, so I feel pleasure.
Yeah. But in this scenario you just mentioned, do we see any morality? You just neglected what you needed to do and had a beer. It doesn't sound like a moral gambit. So here would be you neglect yourself because you do your duty. So do you have a case where, oh, forget about myself and do my duty, but still there is pleasure?
So an example when I do not do duty and I still feel pleasure.
No, an example where you neglect yourself because you have to do your duty and you still feel pleasure.
Yes. Let's say I have an order I have to make.
So
Yes.
you have
An order, something for a client. I do it, maybe I do not sleep that night and it hits me like the other day, but I still feel accomplished because I did it, even though I neglected myself.
So you can derive pleasure from do your duty towards others.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Makes sense? Yeah. So not much pleasure doesn't fit you so well.
No.
But the others, they do. And would you say that it could be problematic in your life, this? Or you see it as, oh, I like it?
Yeah, it's problematic because I have workaholic tendencies and I still work on them.
Yeah. You work on your workaholic tendency. Work really hard on it.
No, that's I do not work hard at all.
But you work hard on your tendency to work.
Yeah, by not working hard.
Yeah, work hard on not working hard.
Yes.
Okay, so let's suggest a paradigm shift for the tutor here. He is a workaholic, work hard on his order, stuff he has to do, neglects himself because do my duty. What paradigm could he shift to here? Raluca?
I would suggest using the psychological one because he's neglecting himself, but he also had the existential paradigm before, so he is interested in meaning and purpose. I think with the psychological paradigm would mean for him to be more in touch with himself and to understand how his psyche works. So that would make him more aware of the fact that not neglecting himself would actually provide meaning and maybe would lessen the duty part. I found it.
Okay, so go more into himself.
Yeah.
See what.
Because
How do I feel about this? Where am I in this?
yeah, because I found in his dream interesting that it was at the same time a psychological dream of him recovering a part of himself, but filled with duty. So this can lead to a big tension, because if you impose duty on a dilemma which is about your psyche,
Okay, interesting observation.
it's
Yeah, so if for him it becomes another duty not to work so hard.
yeah, or it could even
No, I think I understand what she meant.
Yeah.
Like, not take the dream like necessarily as what it is, a moral choice. It's more like an experience that you have to sit with it. There's no right or wrong choice.
That's the idea.
That's what I understood.
Yeah,
She
and
said
the
to be
fact that-
psychological.
The fact that in his dream he puts the moral dilemma actually prevents him from sitting with the psychological dilemma. Should I recover this old version of myself to be more whole or not? So he's imposing the duty to save it, not letting himself sink it in. To use the metaphor of sinking.
Okay, so get out of the duty and into
Yeah,
more focus on me,
yeah,
myself,
yeah.
and what I feel. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Let's try another one. Okay, sorry.
I would also propose to combine this psychological paradigm with the scientific paradigm
In what way?
and with the intellectual paradigm.
Nice
One,
recipe.
one step at a time.
Please tell me how.
Now I remember your drawing. I'm getting a bit.
I'm a little bit greedy, I know.
Start with. Okay, start. Okay, the scientific you mentioned.
Yes.
How does that work?
The scientific, so by focusing on the psyche, this focusing would help to be made with the instruments that the scientific paradigm brings, like objective observations, inferences, study of self, for example,
Oh, is
concrete
it?
data.
Become a psychologist.
Yes.
Turn psychology into science.
Skeptical.
Okay, and besides scientific paradigm, you have which one?
Yes, and how do I say this? Connecting substance between the bricks would be the intellectual paradigm, where he applies what he learned from these workshops about thinking, about connecting things, about conceptualization, problematization.
How would that take him out from the moral paradigm?
By shifting the focus from the moral aspects to the psychological aspects.
Yeah, but let's go with the intellectual. So he that's his job, duty to others to do. Neglect myself because of this duty. How can you use the intellectual to get out of this duty thinking?
For example, by thinking what would be the alternatives for this, and comparing the alternatives by gathering data, objective observations, making inferences.
Yeah, okay. Looking more objectively
Yes.
on it. Yeah. But problematizing it, be part of it as well. Yeah. This, do I have to do this? Yeah. Do I have to work so hard?
Why?
Do I have to should, not should never into it, but what would be the benefits of not doing so much for other people or doing more for myself?
Yes.
Things like that. Yeah. Okay. What do you think, Soren's idea?
it's a little bit weird, the intellectual one for me. Like, I think I could see a use, like if we go back to the dream, like if you just take it logically, hey, if the guy doesn't want to get saved, like just leave him there, like there's no point. So you just skim over it because you look at the data.
Yeah. Yeah. And in relation to your duties?
So in relation with my duties, maybe yeah, I can see it. So let's say if I overwork too much, then I drain something else out of myself. So it's just like an equivalent exchange. I work too much, I get too much time. I need to balance.
Yeah. And you're an intellectual guy, so it should come rather natural to you.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah. Happy?
Yeah.
With the suggestions?
Yeah, they're very good.
So we're going to stop here. But there's time for some meta comments, if anyone wishes. So not on the content of the work, but on the discussion, procedure, the so. Yeah.
It was a bit hard for me to be under the magnifying glass, but I loved it. It was like, I don't know, the whole moral paradigm, I definitely couldn't see it by myself. It was really nice.
Yeah.
It was a really nice experience. Slightly painful,
Yeah.
but nice, really nice.
Painful but nice.
Yeah.
What about it? What about it was it that you loved?
I was just, sometimes you spend so much time with yourself and you think you know yourself, and it's unexpected for someone else to really show something that there's no
The dragon is
yeah. I really couldn't see it by myself. You were telling me about how the dragon was behaving, and you had to tell me like 3 times really for me to see, and then I finally saw it. Yeah, that was not a neutral dragon. It wasn't a happy dragon either.
No.
No, that was I couldn't have seen it by myself. That's what I meant. So that was a really good experience from that point of view.
Okay. Good. Someone else?
I love the content, so I have about the content. I love it a lot today.
You love this paradigm work. So why do you love it?
Because now I can easily identify, more easily that we have different paradigms, and I can try to understand people in an easier way, not just judge them that you're doing right or wrong, you're just different than me.
Okay. Just for fun, which is your paradigm?
Probably. I was in between existential and moral. So, I don't know, probably I would say existential, but I'm subjective, and as Miriam said, it's really hard by yourself to put.
Existential 55 years.
No, I can say 70%, but on the other side, I say probably I'm skipping some the really important details.
Okay. Good. Something else?
I like the steps. So understanding paradigms, identifying from the story, finding problems, suggesting alternatives. I think they were very clear and which worked on different approaches to the paradigm. I found it a bit confusing, the fact that we worked on a fictional story, because that added the symbolic for both of them, which led us initially on a track about mythical, which was a bit like a cover-up, because underneath it was always psychological, moral. So I don't know, maybe if it wasn't just tell us about a situation. Without the fictional part, he would have gone more straight to the paradigm.
Maybe it would have been easier. Maybe it was
Yeah.
taking us away from it a bit quickly.
Yeah, it is like a bit of a smoke screen, you know, like the Wizard of Oz, and then what's behind
Yeah,
it.
yeah, it's possible. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed this when Miriam said mythological because I wrote about a dragon on it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But at the same time, sometimes in the stories you are able to put into words things that you are not still aware of, and you cannot put in situations. So also the upside of using fictional stories is that you might uncover some things about yourself.
So
which
I
are
think
not-
there was an idea not just to tell the same old
Yeah.
story, but maybe bringing out something that you're maybe not so aware of.
Yeah. So
When you
it's-
write a story, is it a moral story? Is it a practical story?
Yeah. So it's.
Yeah, I know. So benefits and drawbacks.
I think it actually helps to have fiction stories in there because when it's a new group, you don't know anyone, it's your first or your second time, and you work with a stranger. I think it's really hard to bring something relevant from your life and then having to share it with others and reading it out loud. So I think the smoke screen sometimes is necessary. Like it's way easier to say something significant.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
And the final idea, I got an insight on how to suggest different paradigms. So for a suggestion to work, I found you have to have two things. First, you have to have a hook in what the person said, that it's his or her second paradigm, or you relate to something from the speech. And then you find the problem in the existing paradigm. So a hook and a problem. Because without a hook, you will suggest things which are not adoptable by the person. If you just suggest another paradigm. But you need to find a hook so that the suggested paradigm also relates to something secondary, but something meaningful.
Yeah, I'm
in
not
the
sure I
other
understand.
person.
What would the hook?
Yeah, was it a hook in the story?
For example, in this case, the hook was the fact that his second paradigm was existential. So, because I knew his second paradigm was existential, I provided a psychological that would converge towards the existential and neglect the moral. And in her case, I think it was her capacity to use imagination that led me to think, oh, maybe the aesthetic could work better than others. So you have some clues, not only the problem, but also some clues that would make it more adoptable for the other person. Anyway. So
That's why the scientific didn't work.
Exactly. You have no clue for the scientific.
Yeah. Maybe the clue was in yourself.
Yeah, the clue.
Okay, anyone else?
Yes. At the beginning I thought the same, Luke, about the instruction, the fact that is present the idea to produce fiction. I think it could lead the tales to the mythological paradigm. Yeah? But I don't think it's a problem, since then you collect different paradigm, then you made the subject choose one. So in that case, okay, mythological maybe in this exercise is a bit undifferentiated, maybe can apply to every tale, but it's not a problem. Then I like the exercise. I like the idea that we produce a story, but we are not the only one entitled to interpret it, and by the way, we get more information about ourselves by listening other people interpret our story, which is a bit the idea for the depth of the author. So, okay, you think what you produce belongs to you, but no, it belongs to everybody who want to interpret it. And maybe other people are better in give better interpretation than yourself because you are too near, too involved in the story. And then I think also that I think it's a good example of the idea of object to become an object for yourself. So basically, You produce a story, then you try to make lessons out of it, and then you try to identify the paradigm. So in a way, all these small exercises help you to create a distance, to look to yourself from outside, and to recognize some patterns that are common with maybe others. So I think it's a good training to get a distance and to think about yourself.
Good.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Okay, so let's stop. Thank you.
It would be nice to listen other stories.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's go for a smoke and give them both.
Yeah.
Nu mai țin. Laura.
Asta mai visează și ei, nu știu. Treburile
Ei, Miriam, noi avem o interpretare pentru dragonul tău.
Oh, lasă-mă.
Nu, ca... Nu. Știi că ți-am dat exemplu estetic, mă gândeam dacă ai folosit chiar partea mitologică, că dacă simți că răbufnește, să bei, iei o gură de apă și te gândești că dai cu apă pe dragon.
Simbolizezi.
Da, simbolizezi.
A fost super fain, super fain.
Da, chiar a fost. Ceau.